What's up, boss gang? You guys already know what time it is. This is Queen Talk, the podcast. It's your girl Tanisha Bynum. And today, it is still episode 7. I mean, not episode 7, y'all. Crazy me. It is still season 7, episode 2, and this one is called Elevation or Complacency. And today I have one of my childhood friends here with me, Miss Shakila, and we are going to talk about it. We're going to talk about elevation and complacency. I will give her the floor for a minute to introduce herself before I get into it. Tell the people, say hey, girl, hey.
Hey y'all. What's up, Queen Talk? Shakila Forrester, like she said, we are childhood friends. We really kind of grew up together. Low
Literally.
key.
Like seventh grade.
I'm in Sacramento, California right now, though.
And I'm still in the hometown. I'm still in Enterprise.
I'm gonna be down there in a couple weeks. I'll see you then.
Yes, you have to come see me. Oh my gosh. Do you like California?
Yes and no. Yes and no.
Okay,
Yes
give me
and
the
no.
give me the yes and then the no.
Okay, so yes, I love it because it's a nice big city. So
Of course.
there's stuff going on all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So there's always something happening around the city. So it kind of keeps it fun.
Mm-hmm.
No, because like I just want to go to the corner store sometimes and get some snacks.
Yeah.
And can't do
And
that.
that's the same thing. That's so crazy because that's the same thing I said about Florida. I
Yeah,
like it and dislike it for the same reasons. I like it because it's like
right.
busy and always stuff going on, but it's like
Yes.
busy and always stuff
Something
going
going on.
on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm like, sometimes I just want to go to a bonfire and chill for the day.
I
Like,
just had a bonfire up here. Jazz had a bonfire. I didn't make it, but yeah, I feel that. That's I do. The simplicity of stuff is very peaceful sometimes. So.
yeah. I was like, when you grew up, like in that area, like that's stuff that you miss sometimes.
Girl, yes. In Florida, when I would get on the interstates, I would be like, my anxiety would flare because I'm like, dang, all these cars, all these
Oh,
lanes,
yeah.
all these people.
6, 7 lanes. Oh, crazy.
Like, I wonder if that makes me complacent. It doesn't though.
No, no, not at all.
I do want to continue to elevate while in this town. So
Yeah.
So let's get into it. So in your opinion, what do you
Mhm.
think is the difference between elevation and complacency? And give us your definition of like both of them.
So I would say my definition of elevation and complacency. So elevation, in my opinion, is
Mm-hmm.
striving for more always.
Like,
And it doesn't always have to be money. Because I know a lot of times people think like, oh, elevation is just money, but just
mm-hmm.
elevating your mind, elevating your circle. Are you and your kids doing more? How's what's your conversations like nowadays? Like, what's your friendship group talking about? That's elevation, in my opinion.
And I
Um,
agree. And I feel like that's where a lot of people go wrong because they only focus on money with elevation. But I
yes,
feel like you got
yes.
to focus on all that other stuff
You
for the
have
money
to,
to come.
yes. I'll never forget. I was watching a video on TikTok and the lady said, like, if your conversations haven't changed with the people you're around, it's time to change the people you're around.
And that's
It's
that
so
is so
true.
true.
It's so true. Because that's how you get complacent.
What's
And I
what
think
what's your definition?
so complacency, in my opinion, is you being okay with never growing.
Okay, I think I
And
love that definition.
and you being okay with never growing, and also you not seeing that it's time for growth.
And you're not seeing any problem with the lack of growth or
Correct.
transition or change.
Correct. It's
I
like
agree.
you're comfortable in that environment, you're comfortable with whatever's going on, and
Mm-hmm.
even if you're, I would say, to take it a step further, even if you're not comfortable, you're still not willing to change.
Okay, that's true. Because sometimes, oh yeah, that's true. Because sometimes people know that situations aren't good and they know they need to do better. But I guess that's where, because complacency brings other things. Being complacent could cause depression and
Hmm.
laziness and procrastination, all of that simply because I don't know. I don't know why people are like, I can't put my finger on it. Why do you
Hmm.
think?
I think people do that because they get so scared of, well, what if I'm doing something and people look at me funny? What
Yeah.
if what if I fail? What if, it doesn't do what I'm thinking it's gonna do? And to that I just say, that's okay. At least you did
Like
it. At
I
least you
heard,
tried.
nothing beats a failure but a try.
Hello, somebody. Like, I always, if you're trying and you fail,
At
then
least
you're
you
in a
tried.
you're in a better spot than when you started.
You learned, you know
Yep,
what
because
to
that's
do
nothing
when you
but a
try
lesson at
again.
that point. Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure.
And see, that's how I feel. That's why I have such a big issue with complacency. Because it's just like, for me, like, life is all about change. Like, as
Mm-hmm.
I grew up, that's even not just with me growing up with my kids, watching how much they grew up so fast and they changed so much, and how I wake up today and feel like this and tomorrow feel like that. Change is inevitable in this life.
Yep.
So, like, at the point that you are living the same life that you lived for 10 years straight, and I don't mean like married to the same person, living in the same house. I don't mean
Right.
those kind of things. I mean, like, not doing anything new, not striving for anything, not accomplishing anything, and not
Yep.
even just to strive, at least. Because some
Yep.
people strive but they don't accomplish, but at least to try to do more, have more, see more, be more, feel more, do
Yes.
more for someone else, make someone else feel more. I really hate when people get like that. And I don't understand it, because it's like, what do you wake up for every day?
I honestly, I think I think it has everything to do with your circle.
Think so?
I do. And you
I
know
don't even
why?
have a circle
Because
though.
think
Nobody
about
has
it.
to tell me get up and go do it.
But if you had somebody, if you don't have that issue. But say somebody is sitting there and they have a circle of friends around them and that's all they
Okay.
do. They go to Delville Lounge on Thursdays. They
But
go
even
to
when I
Sky on
had that
Fridays.
circle,
We
I've
gonna meet
had
on
it.
Saturday. We gonna go to church on Sunday. The kids go to school on Monday. But if nobody in the circle is doing something different, people always feel like them wanting more is like it's almost like it's like, no, I can't do that because so and so ain't doing that.
But see, for me, it still boggles me too, because
Yeah.
I've been in that circle. I've
Yeah.
had my friends where we were, and you only included Devil Lounge, baby. You forgot the good days when we were in
Right.
JP's on like
I was about to say,
Wednesday, and then we
right.
was like over there across the street at the Rocks, and then like,
Hey,
but
I ain't
even
gonna
after
lie.
all that, it's
Used to
like
be
I'm getting up in
lit.
the morning. I gotta go, y'all. I gotta be at work at a certain time, and
Hello.
I gotta leave here at a certain time. I don't care what y'all doing, but I got. So I just
I think people just get comfortable though. That comfortability of knowing what's going to happen day to day and not having to worry about what's next, what's coming. Like
fear.
if I know what my week look like, then I'm good. But some people like that and I'm like, you're real complacent because when did you decide you was just not going
You're
to
good.
change? Like, yeah.
You're good. You're all right. That's
And
like,
I be checking pulses, like, you okay in there? Like, you want to talk about it?
oh
Like,
my,
there's no way.
that's like my number one line. I ask people like, you all right? But yeah, that's like a conversation I had with someone, and this was a very awakening conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And it was actually my ex, and we were going back and forth about just having a conversation about what do we feel individually like we need as people. You feel
Mm-hmm.
me? So, and I'm asking him like, do you feel like as a person all you need, like what do you feel like you need as a person?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I need a job, I need a car, and I need somewhere to stay. And I'm like,
That's it.
and I'm like, that's it. And I'm like, I don't know. See, for me, I need more than that. I need love. I need support. I need good friends. I need my family. I need good food. I need good memories. Like I need so much more. And I think like that's how people become complacent too, when they don't allow themselves to want more or to acknowledge that they need more. If you tell yourself like, okay, I'm good right here, then that blocks your elevation.
Yeah, because they stop dreaming. They stop
Yeah.
dreaming. They stop thinking that life can be more than what it is. They stop dreaming. I really believe that. I
I
really believe
believe that
that.
too. And I
They stop
believe,
dreaming.
true. And I believe that it probably comes with a lack of faith, with a lack of a good relationship with God, because faith is a big
Absolutely.
thing that makes me feel, God and faith make me really feel like I could do anything,
In
because
this world.
God said I could do it. He said,
Hey,
"Ask."
he said I don't know why you think you can't do it, because God said I could. So
So what are we talking about? All I gotta do is
right.
go do the right thing, and God said it could be done. Like,
I agree. I agree. Faith plays a very big part in my part. I not just if you are complacent, but in your elevation. In
okay,
your elevation.
what part do you think faith plays in elevation?
I think it plays, I would say that your faith gives you the ability to see bigger and
Mm-hmm.
and be bigger. Um because a lot of times we think that we have to rely on us.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have faith in God, I don't need to rely on what I can do, because I know some supernatural stuff is going to happen and it's all going to be on him. So
It was God.
right. So it's like, I think when people, I know nowadays it's real cute to say, oh, I got a relationship with God. That's real
It's
cute.
so cute.
It's so cute.
But your life is given. You don't.
Right.
Because God
But
don't bless
when
messy.
you think about it, do you really have faith in God? Like, are you really hitting the floor in the morning? Are you really putting your mouth on the Lord? Are you really, when things are happening, you calling on him and not your best friend?
And then for me, it's not even all about are you doing it. For me, because that's something, I'm so glad you said that, because that's something big.
Mm-hmm.
I also feel like with a spiritual relationship, it's not all about what are you doing, because God don't bless no mess. So as I'm continue to get older and stuff, and especially with these older women, when these older women are preaching to me and trying to tell me how to live my life, but like you're like 70 and you don't own nothing, and you still work a very average job, and you like unmarried, it don't look like God sent his blessings your way, so you didn't do a good job to him. So like, and I feel like that's a very big thing too. Like,
You got to be living
elevation,
right too.
you
That plays
gotta
a part in it. I
be.
think so too. I think so. When I feel like when people, because people try to think that, oh, I just got to say that I believe in God. But do you really have
Thank
real
you.
belief? Because real belief is walking in your belief,
Not
walking
talking
in the
it.
room and knowing that people are going to want to be around you and all of those things. Like, I'm gonna walk in a room that I know I'm not qualified to be in.
Yep,
So, I agree.
absolutely.
I definitely agree. Like you said, God ain't gonna bless no miss.
And
Not that
if you want to know what they're doing behind closed doors, look at how they're living. It'll tell
right.
you everything you need to know.
That means your spirit ain't right.
That you say you be praying, but anyways, that's
That's
another
a whole nother
topic.
episode. That's a whole different
So,
episode.
how important do you feel that it is to elevate in life? How important?
It is literally the cheat code to having what you want in life, living the life that you feel like you want and deserve. That is the cheat code. Is elevating your conversation, elevating the books you read, the circles you're in, the people you're around, the meetings you're attending, like all of that is so key to having the things in life that you want. Because you can say, I want a mansion, couple acres of land. I want to have kids. I want my kids to be straight forever. I don't want them to ever feel like they are lacking something. I want all of that. You can't do that, have those types of dreams, and wake up every day and do the same thing. You
Never.
cannot. Like, you literally can't. There's no way you're going to hit that doing the same thing you've been doing. So I think elevation really is the cheat code to want to get in the life that you feel like you deserve. It really is.
Okay. I agree with all that. And that brings me to my next question. How do you think a person goes about elevating? Like, what do you feel like are some steps and ways that a person can elevate their life, their mind, just themselves as one?
Well, the first one is gonna be get you a relationship with God.
Number one,
that's
the biggest.
that's number one. I will tell you this. Me and some of my girlfriends here, we've been reading the book of Genesis.
Okay.
And in doing so, I promise you, for the last 2 months, every conversation we've been having relates back to the book of Genesis. It's like God is
It's
like,
all there.
it's sending signs. It's like him sending like, okay, you thought this one didn't apply to you, but this does apply to you.
Yeah.
So number one, I have to say, get you a good relationship with God. Get in your Bible, start learning, start reading your word, start really understanding the word, how it might apply to your life. That's probably that's my number one step.
Okay.
Number two is read you some books. Listen to
Okay.
you some podcasts. Listen to an Audible, something. Get that your mindset to change. Go from every day being the same day to every day being a new day, and
Right.
really understanding that if you just do small things like just reading a book, couple pages a day, and learning a new topic, then you're on your way to some elevation. Number three is take inventory of the people you got around you.
Next. Number three, watch your circle.
Right?
I've
Watch your
seen a
circle.
quote. It said that if you hang around a bunch of millionaires, if you hang around, go ahead, say it because I can't get it all out. Go
Yes.
ahead.
So I don't know the direct quote, but I have this saying that I tell agents in the office. If 5 millionaires in a room and you walk in a room and you stay in the room long enough, you'll become number 6. You'll become number 6. And that is exactly why I say number 3 is you have to check the people that are around you. Not saying that everybody has to be, creme de la creme, because you can grow with your circle. That is definitely a thing. You got to grow with your circle, but you shouldn't be the smartest in the room all the time.
Facts.
You shouldn't walk in a room and feel like you're superior. Sometimes you got to go get in rooms where you are the smallest in the room. Nobody knows your name. You got to, because then it makes you realize that
I still have growing to do.
Yeah, I ain't doing enough. I need to be doing more. And then you get creative.
For me, it gives me drive. It gives me a push. Yes. I hate being in rooms, and I'm very smart. And I hate being in rooms where I feel like I'm the smartest person in the room. Because if I'm in this room and I'm the smartest person here, how am I going to outgrow it? How am I going to move to the next?
Nobody's help elevating me. Nobody's help pushing me to do something different.
Now, Shy, I do want to pinpoint this, though. I want to put a pinpoint here because everything is stipulational.
Yep.
Now, I will say I don't mind being in a room where I'm the smartest one, but everybody in this room understands that I'm the smartest one, and we're all trying to go to the next room together.
Yes. And that's different. You know what? You should have those moments. You're gonna need people around you, and that's why. Number 4, you gotta have partners. That bring, you're right. You have to have partners, because if you don't have partners that, yes, you might be the lead of that friend group or whatever. But if you don't have people around you and all of y'all are like, okay, we gotta
on the same page.
We gotta go hustle. We gotta go figure something out. If you don't have that, then you really do be out here lonely.
Yeah, facts. You be terribly lonely.
You be out here terribly lonely.
And I'm going to put another pinpoint on this because I am so tired, girl. We got to stick here at this for a second, because a lot of these podcasts throw these quotes up, but they don't take enough time to elaborate the stipulations that come with these things, because everything is situational and stipulational.
Yes.
Now, the problem that I do have when I'm the smartest one in the room is if I'm the smartest one in the room, and therefore I'm the smartest one in the room, and then I got a hater over there, a jealous person over here, an envious person over here, somebody who don't want to grow over here, somebody who talk too much over here, somebody who just watching everything I do to go tell somebody else so they can try to beat me to it. Now, that's when I have a problem being in that room.
And that's when you got to get out of that room.
That's when you got to know.
You got to, I think it comes with discernment too.
Everybody don't have it, but
you gotta have, and Go back to number one. You got to get God on your side.
Relationship with God.
Because if you don't have discern, if he's not in your life, you have nobody helping you discern energy.
Correct.
Of
Correct.
who's around you, and you got to make sure your grass is cut, because snakes love the tall grass.
Love it.
They love it. So you have to understand that having God first and keeping God first is really going to help you when it comes to understanding, okay, maybe I've outgrown this circle.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I have outgrown them.
It's
maybe
number one key.
Yeah, maybe it's time to remove myself from some people in that circle. And then maybe it's like, no, that's where you need to be, because those are the people that's going to help you grow too.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to be able to tell the difference. You got to be able to tell the difference. And I think that's really important. So having that partnership, partnership looks different for different people, and
everything looks different for different people.
It's gonna look different for people, for different people. But I say for me, is having people that I know we're all going on the same, we're on the same highway, basically. We don't have the same journey, but we all know that we want something greater in life. We might not see each other every day, we might not talk every day, but I know she doing her thing. Like me and you. Like I know you're doing your thing. And it's like, I don't have to talk to you every day, but I'm a cheer for her on the sidelines. And you need that. You
because
need
I know that's
around
my
like
girl.
that.
Exactly. Yeah. For me, that's what it looks like for me too. And what's so crazy is like most of the people that like, that I kind of feel like are in that same bracket as me are not a lot of people that, now some of them are, don't get me wrong, but a lot of people that are on that same frequency as me that I look up to, that I admire, that I respect, I don't talk to these people every day. Like you said, I clap from them on the sidelines because I understand that we're all headed in the same direction, which is going different routes and different journeys. But I clap for them on, on the way. And if we can link and we can do something, we can learn something, or we can do some business, then that's a beautiful thing. And me personally, I love these moments right here, like with the people that, that I started with, that we went to school, we did this and that, and now we're grown. Like we're having this podcast episode. Earlier this week, I called Teen, she did her insurance. And I'm like, girl, this is your car insurance. Girl, policy. Like it just feels good. Like, and I think that's the thing that really annoys me with this topic with a lot of people on podcasts, because they make it seem like that everybody got to go it just because y'all are heading in different directions. You can still be cool with everybody that are your people, that you feel like are your people. And just because y'all are doing different things, it doesn't mean that y'all aren't really compatible. It just means that you respect each other's own personal journeys and you show up for each other's the best you can. Now, if you feel like y'all are not headed down the same road, then that's when you cut ties. You know what I'm saying? But it's okay to support your friends who are going in different directions, but on the same path.
Absolutely. I absolutely agree. Sometimes I think sometimes people believe like if we're not all doing the same thing that we're not growing together, but in reality, no, like you need people that's doing different stuff. You need people around you that's doing something different, because how are you helping each other?
Correct.
How are you helping each other?
It's a beautiful circle. Like I know freaking entrepreneurs, I know working people, I know teachers. It's a beautiful thing to have a circle of diversity.
Absolutely. I was listening to Pastor Mike Jr. on Sunday, and he said, I want us to get to a point where we walk in the church, and if somebody called me, we already got the resources in the church. And I was like, that's how I look at my friends.
That's the life.
That's how I look at my group of friends. Like I don't want to have all the resources. I just need to know who to go to.
Right.
I need to know who I can call that can help me take care of this stuff.
Absolutely.
I think that's why partnership is really important, for sure.
Absolutely.
And I think with those 4 things, if you just work on that, you definitely will elevate.
Yeah.
But elevation don't look like overnight success neither.
It does not. And okay, so we got the 4 things. So there were relationship with God. Watch your circle. For sure. Watch your circle. 3.
3 was making sure that you're reading, getting your
feed your spirit, your soul,
feeding your mind, feeding your mental. If your mental isn't growing, then you might as well
give it up. It all starts.
You might as well be giving it up. So podcasts, reading books, Going to different networking events, just going out places, having conversations with people. And then
Okay.
definitely number 4 is partnership.
Okay, now before partnership, I want to add this on the end of that one. And not only feed it, it's also important to free it also.
Yes.
So while you're feeding your mind all this positive stuff, because this is life and we intake a lot of things,
Yep.
it's very important to declutter your brain, because all of this goes hand in hand with mental health. And just like you need to feed it positivity, anytime that you endure any type of pain, hurt, trauma, or whatever it may be, take the time to declutter that out of your mind, your spirit, and your body, because those types of things cause complacency, depression, and many other things that will keep you from your elevation too. So always take the time to declutter, refocus, recharge, and make sure that you're keeping yourself grounded on your rightful, righteous purpose and path.
Absolutely.
So, get a journal. Get a
journal, guys.
And or a podcast.
Yes, get a journal, a therapist, and a podcast. I promise you, it'll do wonders for you.
Right. And the fourth one that my girl Sha said is partnership.
Yes,
so
partnership.
Those are important.
Partnership, yes.
Okay, so Sha, what do you do at work?
So I am a life insurance and disability broker. I help teach people about money.
Okay, so like about money. So like when you're teaching your people about money at work, what advices do you give them about just life as a whole and managing their life and all of that? 3.
Have a vision.
Okay.
Have a vision for whatever it is that you want to do. Okay. Whether it be increasing your finances, starting a business, anything that you want to do in life. Have a vision for it. 2, create a budget.
Okay.
Make sure you have a budget. And I think when people hear the word budget, they feel like they're putting limits on themselves. But in reality, you free yourself because you know what's going where. I don't have to think about it anymore. I know that this is the set amount of money for groceries. I know that this is the set amount of money for shopping. I know that I'm going to spend this amount of money on hair and nails and all this amount of stuff. So it really frees you to have a budget. And people have to just change their mindset on that, and helping people change their mindset on what budgets really are supposed to do for you. And then get you some life insurance.
Period.
Get you some life insurance.
They said, I've seen that on Facebook. It said the quickest hack to make your family millionaires is life insurance. And I'm like,
we call them $1 million babies. We call them $1 million babies in the industry. We call it $1 million babies. And the reason why I tell people get life insurance is because life insurance is not going to just help you. It's not going to just help your family when you pass. It's not. That's the last thing that life insurance is going to do for you.
Tell us what it's going to do for us.
So for the first thing it's going to do is it's going to give you that level of protection for your money. Because if you're in your household, what's the number one asset in your home is you. Okay. You go to work, you pay the bills, you make sure the house is running, the kids are good, and all of that. So if you're not protected, if something happens and you no longer can work, your life insurance can help pay for those expenses.
Because you can pull money off of it at some point, right?
You can definitely pull money off of it. And there's 2 different ways. You have living benefits where you can make sure that medically, if something happens, that you can use that life insurance for that. But then also you could definitely pull cash value, compounding interest, making sure that money's going for you tax-free. You can use that to down payment on the house. We have a lot of clients that use it to buy and sell homes, invested in different businesses. So using that life insurance while you're still alive is so critical. And then on top of that, sending your kids to school debt-free, making sure that they have money when it's time to graduate, buying a car, all of those different things you can use that life insurance for. And that we ain't even talked about death yet. We just talked about all the stuff that we're going to do while we're living. So I
think that's one of the most misinformative things that people don't know. So I'm glad you're taking the time to make people aware that life insurance doesn't just help you in death. It helps you in life as well.
It's supposed to be. It's grown and evolved, just like our topic, elevation and complacency. A lot of people think that life insurance is just for death, but it's evolved over time so much that we're not even utilizing it in the ways that we should be utilizing it. We think it's for rich people, but rich people already got money. So what they need it for. But if they're using it, there must be some hidden gems in there
How you think they're
somewhere.
getting rich?
Right, right. So it's like you have to people just educating people that like there's more ways to skin a cat, and that is exactly true for life insurance. So making sure that your life insurance that you get life insurance, making sure that life insurance has living benefits, and then making sure that you have enough life insurance, because some people have it but they don't have enough of it. So when things do happen and they need to be able to use it, there's not enough there.
True. And a word just jumped out at me that I actually have not heard us use enough in this episode that needs to be added to the list. Educate yourself on everything. Educate yourself on what steps that you need to take to your elevation. Educate yourself on what's making you complacent. Educate yourself on everything that is like key between elevation and complacency. Educating yourself and knowing what's available to you, educate yourself, educate yourself, educate yourself.
For sure. That's part of that mind thing. That's part of that mindset, elevating your mindset for sure. And it's just knowing like, because you got to know what caused the complacency to get rid of it.
That's true.
And you got to know what started it.
People, because and I think that just made me think about that's little geeky here. I'm a little geeky because I'm overly educate myself because I literally, if I have an idea, before I know it, I'm on Google, baby. I'm reading articles, I'm watching videos, I'm pulling up this, I'm pulling up that.
All of that. I'm a geek too, so I can't say nothing. I'm definitely certified.
Don't say anything. I recall you being in events classes too. Just hush and let's just talk about it.
Certified geek.
And like in 7th grade, we were a little lame for that. But like we the it girls now. We're the educated.
Period. They used to be like, "What are you doing? Why are you?"
Hey. They're kind of lame, but it's okay. It paid off.
It's okay. Now we we elevated. We elevated.
And it's a beautiful thing.
Always be on a search for knowledge.
Always. I eat, sleep, breathe.
Me too. I'm in my office. So in my office, I'm a broker, but I teach a lot for new agents, because we have a lot of new agents that come in. So I teach a lot, and that is my number one thing. So I'm always like, what else can I learn? What else can I teach? What products is coming out, like different companies and all of that. I want to know it all, because if somebody asks me a question, I want to be able to answer it.
Right. Knowledgeably.
Knowledgeably. Right. I want to be able to just give you different answers and help in different ways. So I'm always studying. And I love it. I love that about myself.
Yeah, I love that about myself too. And I've learned to embrace it. And and when I think about stuff like I read all the Harry Potter books in elementary school, I'd be like, yeah, I kind of always been like this. But I'm just glad that I've learned to embrace it. Like, so.
Yeah. Because sometimes you'd be like, you'd be frustrated, especially when you don't realize that's a gift of yours that other people don't have. Yeah. You'd be frustrated with your gifts.
You do. So I think I asked you all of the questions. Is there anything you want to add, Mrs. Forrester?
Y'all just don't be complacent. And if you don't know if you're complacent, I got a book I need you to read. I want you to read Who Moved My Cheese.
Okay. Who wrote it?
Who Moved My Cheese? Hold on. I ain't gonna lie and say I know the author.
That's good, because some people will lie. And those are signs of an elevation of mindset too, being comfortable saying I don't know.
Yes. So the author is Spencer Johnson and Kenneth Blanchard. Those are the authors. I definitely read it, download it, listen to the audiobook. If you don't know if you're in that moment of complacency, read that book. And it's a quick read, so it doesn't take long at all. But you'll read that book, and in reading that book, you'll understand that the four characters, you're going to identify with the four characters. Some you're going to identify with more than others. And then some you're going to realize like, oh, I used to be like that. And if you're saying that, if you're like, oh, I used to be that way, you probably got complacent somewhere in your life, and it's time to get out of it. And they have some great nuggets in that book, just about complacency, why we get complacent, and how you get out of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, period. Well, thank you for coming, Shy. Thank you for all of the gems you dropped. Thank you for being a light. Thank you for everything. And yeah, thank you for being here with me. And
well, thank you for letting me join Queen Talk.
Of course.
I'm excited. Love it. So thank you for having me. I do appreciate it.
Of course. And one more thing, as you guys have said, have heard her say, my girl does sell life insurance and work in that field. So if you need to get your family covered or you need any type of that, then you can find her on Facebook. She's going to tell you how to find her on Facebook, and she can get you and your family insured. How they find you?
So find me at Shy Forrester. That's ShyForrester. You can, my phone number and my email address is on Facebook. And then you can reach out to me, text me, email me, whatever. I got you.
All right.
No question is a silly question. No question is a silly question.
Period. All right, Queen Talk. You know the vibes. It's been real. We're out. Thank you, Shy. Bye.
Bye.